Okay, to pull it back, you're doing the same thing, just the reverse, and try to pull it. Okay, so you took it out. Now the toilet is clean. So we're gonna do the next step. Okay, the next step, what we have to do is we're gonna put the plaster under the toilet. The plaster is like that, so it's gonna hold the toilet very good. And this kind of tools, so you can buy also in the Home Depot, any plumbing supply or construction store. And we have to mix it with the water, so we need a little bit of water. And mix it. Okay, so we mix this plaster. It has to be kind of like this. Now we have to put a little bit here under the toilet, so we're gonna put on the floor. We have to do this fast because it's dry. Fast. So we're gonna put a little bit on the side, a little bit on the back, and most of them on the front. There is more space. Okay, so we're ready to put the toilet in. Also, what you can do it before you install, it's gonna be easier for you to put the hose on the speedy valves. We changed it from the supplies because that's very old, so we better to put a new one. You can use the channel lock for doing this. You have to screw it tight. Okay, now I'm ready to put it in. I have to just change this to the smaller. So we take the toilets and make sure your holes in the toilet is clean. So now that hole you have to put on those johnny bolts. It has to be exactly. Okay, after you do this, you have to push it so you make sure it sits properly and straight. Okay, check your johnny bolts. Okay. Put it around. Okay, so it sits properly. Okay. Yes, from existing one, we didn't have the whole part. So this cap we're gonna put it later just on top of the joining bolts with the plaster. So we're only gonna use those kind of washers and nuts. First you have to put the washers and then nut. So you screw it by hand first. Do it another one as well. Okay, then you have to tie it with the chain lock. Okay, the next step you have to use again the grinder to cut it out, the top of the bolts, because those cap is not gonna sit on it. Okay, after we clean everything, if you can see it, so we have to connect those supplies, hose. You have to do this by hand. And check it again, the speedy valves with the channel locks. Make sure it's also tight. Now you can remove this. Also cleans. So we connected. After this we have to check for the leaks, so we have to open this speedy valves back. Just make sure it's not leaking on both sides of the hose, here and here. So you can check it here if it's running waters. Now it has to fill up the tank. Probably on the same level like it was here, you can see it. So we wait for this. One more time checking leaking. Should be fine now. After it's filled up, we have to flush the toilet to check if it's leaking underneath of the toilet. Better if you're doing this couple times, so we can flush it and check if the leaks under. So why you have to do it couple times? Because you put the plaster, you're not gonna see it from the first time. And if you can see it as well, the toilet's working good, the drain's going and it's draining, so it's not clogged anymore. Now you can put also the top of the toilets in this place where it was. Make sure it sits properly. Okay, so we flush it one more time just to make sure it's everything okay. So nothing leaking, so we're done, we fixed the problem.